Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 2,600-bedded super speciality Amrita Hospital in Faridabad district of Haryana. Prime Minister says healthcare service delivery through spiritual and social institutions ensures comprehensive upliftment. Prime Minister to also dedicate to the nation Homi Bhabha Cancer Hospital and Research Centre in Mohali in a short while from now. Nitish Kumar-led Grand Alliance government in Bihar to prove its majority in the Assembly today. Vijay Kumar Sinha resigns as Assembly Speaker. Senior RJD MLA Awadh Bihari Chaudhary nominated for the post. CBI conducts raids at residences of RJD MPs Fayyaz Ahmed and Ashfaq Karim in connection with alleged jobs for land scam. Centre issues advisory to states on tomato flu. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment signs MOU with National Health Authority to provide comprehensive medical package to transgender people. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend SCO Defence Ministers meeting at Tashkent in Uzbekistan today. United States to announce $3 billion in fresh military aid to Ukraine today as Kiev marks its Independence Day as well as 6-month anniversary of conflict with Russia. And in badminton, Indian shuttlers MR Arjun and Dhruv Kapila advanced to pre-quarters in BWF Championships at Tokyo. Lakshya Sen, HS Pranoy and Kidambi Shrikant to be seen in action later today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Amrita Hospital in Faridabad district of Haryana today. Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya, Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar and other dignitaries were present on the occasion. Speaking after the inauguration of the hospital, the Prime Minister stressed that the combination of technology and modernization will lead to the country's progress in the healthcare sector. Mr. Modi said healthcare service delivery through spiritual and social institutions is an age-old example of a PPP model.
हमारे धार्मिक और सामाजिक संस्थानों द्वारा शिक्षा, चिकित्सा से जुड़ी जिम्मेदारियों के निर्वहन की ये व्यवस्था एक तरह से पुराने समय का पीपीपी मॉडल ही है। इसे पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप तो कहते ही हैं, लेकिन मैं इसे परस्पर प्रयास के तौर पर भी देखता हूं।
Mr. Modi said this model helps reach the grassroots and ensures upliftment in the remotest parts of the country. Mr. Modi highlighted that the community efforts and thoughts of the country have been unified during Amrit Mahotsav.
देश ने एक नई ऊर्जा के साथ आजादी के अमृत काल में प्रवेश किया। हमारे इस अमृत काल में देश के सामूहिक प्रयास प्रतिष्ठित हो रहे हैं। देश के सामूहिक विचार जागृत हो रहे हैं। मुझे खुशी है कि अमृत काल की इस प्रथम बेला में मां अमृतानंदमयी के आशीर्वाद का अमृत भी देश को मिल रहा है।
Saying India is a country where healthcare and spirituality are closely linked, Mr. Modi said traditional Ayurveda doctors were given the title of Maharishis for their contribution to healthcare in the country. The Prime Minister also underlined that selfless service is an important pillar of the work being done by Mata Amritanandmayi.
पूज्य अम्मा भारत के इस पुनर्जागरण का एक महत्वपूर्ण वाहक के रूप में देश और दुनिया अनुभव कर रहा है। उनके संकल्प और प्रकल्प सेवा के इतने विशाल अधिष्ठानों के रूप में आज हमारे सामने समाज जीवन से जुड़े ऐसे जितने भी क्षेत्र हैं, पूज्य अम्मा का वात्सल्य, उनकी करुणा हमें हर जगह दिखाई पड़ती है। उनका मठ आज हजारों बच्चों को स्कॉलरशिप दे रहा है, लाखों महिलाओं को सशक्त कर रहा है। आपने स्वच्छ भारत अभियान में भी देश के लिए अभूतपूर्व योगदान दिया है।
Managed by Mata Amrita Mat, the Amrita Super Speciality Hospital will be equipped with 2,600 beds. The hospital, which is being constructed at an estimated cost of around 6,000 crore rupees, will provide state-of-the-art healthcare facilities to the people of Faridabad and the entire NCR region. The Prime Minister will travel to Mohali and dedicate Homi Bhabha Cancer Hospital and Research Centre to the nation at Mullapur, New Chandigarh, Sahibzada Ajit Singh Nagar district at around 2:15 p.m. The hospital has been built at a cost of over 660 crore rupees by Tata Memorial Centre, an aided institute under the Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. The cancer hospital is a tertiary care hospital of 300-bed capacity and is equipped with modern facilities to treat all types of cancers using every available treatment modalities like surgery, radiotherapy and medical oncology, chemotherapy, immunotherapy and bone marrow transplant.
In Bihar, the Nitish Kumar-led Grand Alliance government is all set to prove the majority in the Assembly today. Mr. Kumar will move a confidence motion in favour of his government in the Assembly this afternoon. It has the support of 164 MLAs of 7 parties, including 1 independent in the 243-member Assembly, which has an effective strength of 241. RJD has 79 MLAs, JDU 45, Congress 19, Left Party 16 and Jitanram Majhi-led Hindustani Awam Morcha 4. Independent MLA Sumit Kumar Singh is a minister in the Nitish government. Bihar Assembly Speaker Vijay Kumar Sinha today resigned from his post. Mr. Sinha announced his resignation in the Assembly after a farewell address. During the address to the House, Mr. Sinha said no confidence notice was given against him and it is not as per the constitutional norms. He said derogatory remarks made against the chair were unacceptable. He said the tenor of the notice was akin to casting aspersions on the chair.
RJD MLA Awadh Bihari Chaudhary will be the new Speaker of Bihar Assembly. This decision was taken at party legislators' meeting, which was chaired by Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Prasad Yadav. Still with Bihar, the CBI is conducting raids at the residence of RJD MPs Faiyaz Ahmed and Ashfaq Karim. The CBI is also conducting raids at the residence of RJD MLC Sunil Kumar Singh, former RJD MLC Subodh Rai and former RJD MLA Abu Dojna. The CBI raided Faiyaz Ahmed's house in Madhubani and Ashfaq Karim's in Patna and Katihar. The CBI raid is underway at the residence of Nagmani, private secretary of former Chief Minister Rabdi Devi. The raids are being carried out in connection with the alleged jobs for land scam. The CBI has filed a corruption case against former Railway Minister Lalu Prasad, his wife and former Chief Minister Rabdi Devi and their family members. Lalu Prasad and his family members have been accused of accepting plots of land in exchange for jobs during Lalu's stint as the Union Railway Minister.
The CBI officials today raided an under-construction mall in Sector 71 of Haryana's Gurugram. The mall of urban cubes is allegedly owned by Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav and the Yadav family. Meanwhile, CBI officials also conducting raids at 25 places in connection with land for job scam cases at different places in Delhi, Gurugram, Patna, Katihar and Madhubani. The alleged land for job scam that took place when Lalu Prasad was the railway minister. The Enforcement Directorate ED has registered a money laundering case in connection with the alleged irregularities in the Delhi excise policy in which Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia and others are allegedly involved. The ED filed the case under criminal sections of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act or PMLA after taking cognizance of a CBI FIR that has named Manish Sisodia and 14 others. The ED during its probe will analyze if individuals and companies who were involved in the policy making of the scheme and related entities generated any proceeds of crime under the definition of PMLA and if there was any possible creation of illegal or benami assets. The CBI has conducted raids in the excise policy case at multiple locations including at the residence of Manish Sisodia in Delhi. He holds multiple portfolios in the Delhi government including that of excise and education.
The BJP today accused the Aam Aadmi Party of trying to shield Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who is allegedly involved in a liquor scam. Briefing media in New Delhi today, party spokesperson Dr. Sambit Patra said members of the Aam Aadmi Party are not able to answer the pinpoint questions raised by the BJP on the alleged corruption charges.
मनीष सिसोदिया जी को लेकर आम आदमी पार्टी घिरी हुई नजर आ रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी चेष्टा कर रही है, कुचेष्टा कर रही है कि वो इधर उधर की बातें करे, किंतु जो मुद्दे की बात है कि मनीष सिसोदिया ने करोड़ों रुपए का घपला किया या नहीं किया, उस पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो सटीक और पॉइंटेड प्रश्न पूछ रही है, उसका उत्तर देने में असक्षम है आज आम आदमी पार्टी।
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, a joint team of security forces have arrested one hybrid terrorist associated with Lashkar-e-Toiba terror outfit and one overground worker from Sopore in North Kashmir's Baramulla district yesterday. As per the official sources, J&K police and Army's 22 Rashtriya Rifles arrested the duo on the basis of some intelligence inputs. Arms and ammunition have also been recovered from their possession. Meanwhile, police have taken the cognizance of the matter and a case has been accordingly registered in police station Dangbi Wacha, Rafiabad. Further investigation in this regard has been initiated.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 2,600-bedded super speciality Amrita Hospital in Faridabad district of Haryana. Prime Minister says healthcare service delivery through spiritual and social institutions ensures comprehensive upliftment. Prime Minister to also dedicate to the nation Homi Bhabha Cancer Hospital and Research Centre in Mohali in a short while from now. Nitish Kumar-led Grand Alliance government in Bihar to prove its majority in the Assembly today. Vijay Kumar Sinha resigns as Assembly Speaker. Senior RJD MLA Awadh Bihari Chaudhary nominated for the post. CBI conducts raids at the residences of RJD MPs Fayaz Ahmed and Ashfaq Karim in connection with alleged jobs for land scam. Centre issues advisory to states on tomato flu. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment signs MOU with National Health Authority to provide comprehensive medical package to transgender people. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend SCO Defence Ministers meeting at Tashkent in Uzbekistan today. United States to announce $3 billion in fresh military aid to Ukraine today as Kiev marks its Independence Day as well as 6-month anniversary of conflict with Russia. And in badminton, Indian shuttlers M.R. Arjun and Dhruv Kapila advanced to the pre-quarters in BWF Championships at Tokyo. Lakshya Sen, Aegis Pranoy and Kidambi Shrikant to be seen in action later today. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
मुट्ठी भर अंग्रेज और हमारे विशाल देश पर राज करने का स्वप्न देख रहे हैं, पर हम इनके स्वप्न को चकनाचूर कर देंगे।
निकल पड़े स्वाधीनता के पथ भाले, स्वतंत्रता संग्राम की सुनी अनसुनी कहानियों के साथ स्वराज हर रविवार रात 9 बजे डीडी नेशनल पर।
कॉम्पिटिशन की तैयारी करे परीक्षार्थियों के लिए आकाशवाणी के न्यूज सर्विस डिवीजन का प्रोग्राम है अभ्यास। इस बार का विषय है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी और आप अपने सवाल इस विषय पर हमें व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर। इसका जवाब आपको मिलेगा शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर। आपके सवाल का हम करेंगे इंतजार 24 अगस्त तक। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. The centre has issued an advisory to states on hand, foot and mouth disease or Hfmd, commonly known as tomato flu. According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, tomato flu was first identified in the Kollam district of Kerala on 6th of May, and as of 26th of July, more than 82 children younger than 5 years with the infection have been reported by the local government hospitals. The other affected areas of Kerala are Anchal, Aryankabu and Neduvattur. This endemic viral illness triggered an alert to the neighbouring states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Additionally, 26 children aged between 1 to 9 years have been reported as having the disease in Odisha by the Regional Medical Research Centre in Bhubaneswar. Hfmd is characterized by fever, sores in the mouth and a skin rash. It begins with mild fever, poor appetite, malaise and often a sore throat. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment today signed a Memorandum of Understanding with National Health Authority for providing comprehensive medical package to transgender people. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar and Health Minister Mansukh Mandviya were present during the function in New Delhi. Addressing the gathering, the Social Justice and Empowerment Minister said all health benefits, which includes general health provisions as well as gender reaffirmation surgery, shall be available for the transgender persons in the health benefit package under Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Under this initiative, each transgender person shall receive a medical cover of 5 lakh rupees per year. Health Minister Mansukh Mandviya said justice must be done to the transgender community. He said Narendra Modi government is committed to the welfare of the downtrodden and the weaker sections of society.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has exceeded 210 crore 58 lakhs so far. Over 4 crore first dose vaccines have been administered to the age group of 12 to 14 years. Health Ministry said India's active caseload currently stands at 96,442. A total of 10,649 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate currently stands at 98.59%. 10,677 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will attend the SCO Defence Ministers meeting at Tashkent in Uzbekistan today. The Defence Ministry said the entire spectrum of defence cooperation with the 3 countries was reviewed during the meetings with focus on identifying avenues to expand mutually beneficial collaboration. Defence cooperation issues among the SCO member states will be discussed during the SCO Defence Ministers meeting. During his stay in Tashkent, Mr. Singh will pay homage at the monument of late Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri and also meet the Indian diaspora in Uzbekistan.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur paid tributes to former BJP leader Arun Shetley on his death's anniversary today. In a tweet, Mr. Thakur said he is remembering Mr. Shetley's oratory skills and brilliance in policy making within the parliament, transformative initiatives in public life, and his legal acumen, through which he served the nation for decades. Home Minister Amit Shah has paid tributes to former BJP leader Arun Shetley on his death anniversary. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said that Arun Shetley was a brilliant orator, skilled politician and a unique legalist, and while in power and opposition, he always gave priority to the interest of the country. He added that Shetley played an important role in simplifying the complex economic and legal process of the country.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for the 1.3 billion citizens across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio.
आजाद भारत की बात आकाशवाणी के साथ, reliving the journey of India since independence over the last 75 years with All India Radio. From 15th August, the series is being broadcast on All India Radio, 100.1 FM Gold Channel, primetime news bulletins and across all its platforms. Tune in to stay updated with All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of the Prime Ministers of India who served the nation from the 14th of January 1980 to the 21st of April 1997. Indira Gandhi was sworn in as the Prime Minister on the 14th of January 1980 and held the post till her death on the 31st of October 1984. Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister on October the 31st, 1984, and he continued to serve till the 2nd of December 1989.
I, Rajiv Gandhi, do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as Prime Minister for the Union, and that I will do right to all manner of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without fear or favour, affection or ill will.
Vishwanath Pratap Singh was elected as the Prime Minister on the 2nd of December 1989 and held the post till the 10th of November 1990.
और हम जानते हैं, अगर भारत को सबल करना है तो हमको उद्योग को भी सबल करना होगा। उद्योग की हम अवहेलना नहीं कर सकते हैं। बिना एक सशक्त औद्योगिक आधार के भारत सबल नहीं होगा, उसको हम मजबूती से करेंगे। और इसमें विशेष रूप से निर्यात की ओर भी हमको ध्यान देना होगा और छोटे लघु उद्योगों की ओर भी हमको ध्यान देना होगा। और जो लाल फीते शाही के अंदर हमारे उत्पादन की शक्तियां जो बंधी रही हैं, उद्योग के दृष्टि उस लाल फीते शाही को भी हमको काट करके उत्पादन की शक्तियों को अग्रसर करना।
Chandrasekhar held the post from the 10th of November 1990 to the 21st of June 1991.
SAARC came into being despite the problems, large and small, which have existed between the member countries. While these differences impose a certain discipline on our agenda, cooperation within the framework provided by SAARC should help to create a new climate by the resolution of these differences. Economic cooperation among the South Asian countries has its own logic and compulsions.
P.V. Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister on the 21st of June 1991 and continued till May 16th, 1996.
भारत के 44वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस के इस शुभ अवसर पर मैं आप सबको अभिवादन करता हूं। आखिरी 10वां चुनाव अभी हाल में संपन्न हुआ। इन चुनावों में हमने आपकी प्रसन्नता देखी, आपकी नाराजगी देखी, लेकिन समय समय पर जो भी आपने हमें प्रदान किया उसे हमने सिर आंखों पर लगाया और आप ही के आदेश पर हम चलते रहे। हम आपके हैं, आप में से आते हैं, आपके रहेंगे, यही हमारा पता है, यही हमारी पहचान है। इसके अलावा हमें किसी पहचान की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है।
H.T. Devegowda became the Prime Minister on the 1st of June 1996 and held the post till the 21st of April 1997.
I, H.T. Devegowda, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duty as Prime Minister for the Union, that I will do right to all manner of people except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as Prime Minister.
Inder Kumar Gujral took over as the Prime Minister on the 21st of April 1997 and served till 19th of March 1998.
That I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as Prime Minister for the Union, and that I will do the right to all manner of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without consideration.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the grand finale of Smart India Hackathon 2022 at 8 p.m. tomorrow through video conferencing. It has been the constant endeavour of the Prime Minister to promote a spirit of innovation in the country, especially among the youth. With this vision in mind, Smart India Hackathon was started in the year 2017. Smart India Hackathon is a nationwide initiative to provide students a platform to solve the pressing problems of the society, organizations and government. It is world's biggest open innovation platform. It aims to inculcate the culture of product innovation, problem solving and out-of-box thinking among students. The United States will announce $3 billion in fresh military aid to Kiev today as Ukraine marks its Independence Day as well as the 6-month anniversary of the conflict with Russia. Confirming this, a U.S. official said the new tranche of American funding will help Kiev acquire more weaponry, ammunition and other supplies for its armed forces locked in a grinding war of attrition with Russian troops in the east and south, with neither side advancing significantly in weeks. Meanwhile, in Moscow, the Kremlin warned it would show no mercy over the assassination of Daria Dugina, the daughter of an ultra-nationalist intellectual allied with President Vladimir Putin, which it blamed on Ukraine. Kiev has denied responsibility for the Saturday bombing, which apparently targeted Dugina's father, Alexander Dugin. The U.S. military says it carried out airstrikes yesterday in Syria's Deir el-Zor against facilities used by groups affiliated with Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards Corps. The U.S. military Central Command in a statement said that such strikes were aimed at protecting U.S. forces from attack by Iran-backed groups. However, the statement did not mention whether there were any casualties. The U.S. also hit operational and weapons storage facilities at 2 locations in Syria and 1 in Iraq in June last year. U.S. forces first deployed into Syria during the Obama administration's campaign against Islamic State, partnering with a Kurdish-led group called the Syrian Democratic Forces. According to media reports, there are about 900 U.S. troops in Syria, most of them in the east.
Indian shuttlers Mr. Arjun and Dhruv Kapila have made their way to the pre-quarterfinals, beating Danish pair of K. Astrup and A. Rasmussen 21-17, 21-16 on Wednesday in the BWF Championships at Tokyo. Lakshya Sen beat Louis Enrique Panelver 21-17, 21-10 in the men's singles event, while Aegis Prannoy will be in action late in the day and will face Kento Momota. Meanwhile, S. Kidambi lost to J.P. Zhao in the men's singles event, and Gayatri Gopinath and Trisa Jolie were defeated by M. Tina and P. Tan in the women's doubles. Pooja Dandu Sanjana Santosh duo lost to Lee Shin, while Ashwini Ponappa and N.C.K. Reddy were defeated by Q.C. Chan and Y.F. Jia in the women's doubles event. Olympic champion and World Championship silver medalist javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra has recovered from his groin injury and will participate in the Diamond League meeting in Lausanne, Switzerland on August 26th. This will be Chopra's first event since the World Championship silver medal and after missing the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham due to injury.
And now let us have a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature was 26 and maximum will be 34 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature was 25 and maximum will be 32 degrees Celsius. Chennai is likely to have thunderstorm with rain. Minimum temperature was 24 and maximum will be 36 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was 26 and maximum will be 31 degrees Celsius. Srinagar will have thunderstorm with rain. Jammu will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Leh will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Visakhapatnam and Bengaluru will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers, while Guwahati and Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 2,600-bedded super speciality Amrita Hospital in Faridabad district of Haryana. Prime Minister says healthcare service delivery through spiritual and social institutions ensures comprehensive upliftment. Prime Minister to also dedicate to the nation Homi Bhabha Cancer Hospital and Research Centre in Mohali in a short while from now. Nitish Kumar-led Grand Alliance government in Bihar to prove its majority in the Assembly today. Vijay Kumar Sinha resigns as Assembly Speaker. Senior RJD MLA Awadh Bihari Chaudhary nominated for the post. CBI conducts raids at residences of RJD MPs Fayyaz Ahmed and Ashfaq Karim in connection with alleged jobs for land scam. Centre issues advisory to states on tomato flu. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment signs MOU with National Health Authority to provide comprehensive medical package to transgender people. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to attend SCO Defence Ministers meeting at Tashkent in Uzbekistan today. United States to announce $3 billion in fresh military aid to Ukraine today as Kiev marks its Independence Day as well as 6th-month anniversary of conflict with Russia. And in badminton, Indian shuttlers Mr. Arjun and Dhruv Kapila advanced to pre-quarters in BWF Championships at Tokyo. Lakshya Sen also wins round of 32 match. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.